believe it or not, it's kind of rare for me to read something off of InfoWars. Not that I dislike Alex Jones or the site. I just, I'm more looking at financial stuff, markets, whether it's cryptos, Federal Reserve did something, whatever. Housing crisis, mass retail die-off that's happening right now with these freaking stores. But the other day, I did a video. I ended up erasing it. It was around the time that Google implemented the new policy of, your video may not be suitable for our advertisers. And I was aggravated. I deleted a couple, 2 or 3 that day. And one of the ones I deleted was the one I'm about to talk to you about, although this is different now. And it was the trial of these 2 guys, the Bundy, trial. And first one was a mistrial. Second one, whatever. The judge, what's her name? Navarro? Gloria Navarro, which I discussed in my other video. And all you got to do is go to Wikipedia. I always say that wrong. Wikipedia. And type in her name. And you will see Harry, the corrupt politician Reid of Nevada, asked her personally, would you like to become such and such federal judge? And she said, sure, I would, and became one. And then Obama asked, how to appoint her or whatever, and she was confirmed. This is the same Harry Reid that remember the little side deal he was doing with the Chinese company? They were trying to take a bunch of this land from these people to put up this giant solar-powered company the Chinese were trying to put up on our soil, and it got exposed. And that was the real reason, right? That Harry Reid. And yeah, that judge. And the last video I did that I ended up erasing was showing and talking about how she is literally telling these 2 defendants, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't bring up that, you can't do this, you can't do that. That 90-something% of their defense, their most important defense, was just wiped away by a corrupt judge by the name of Gloria, I think we got your number. Gloria Navarro. Again, handpicked. Did you vote for Miss Navarro to be in the federal court system? I don't really think I did, of course, even though I don't live in Nevada. Did anyone from Nevada vote her in? No. Harry, the corrupt politician Reid, asked her to become a high-level federal judge. And she accepted, and Obama promptly put her in. And she was confirmed by the Senate and whatnot. And she happens to have the case, which is essentially against Harry Reid. This is what it's also about. Harry Reid trying to do this little side deal with the Chinese company. And the Bundys were like, no, we're not just giving up this land. We've had this. It's been grandfathered in to all of us. We're not giving this up. And the Bureau of Land Management came in and basically tried to do it anyways. That's the key here. So they have a defense. Why were you there? Why did you guys have arms, guns? Oh, can't say that. Can't respond to that. Can't answer that question. Can't do that. Can't. The judge literally stood up, stopped the case mid-session, dismissed everybody. The lawyer was absolutely mind-boggled. He said, I've never seen anything like this in my life, nor have I even heard of anything like this. I can't believe the judge did that. And then when they got back, because, again, jury, whatever, a hung jury or whatever was about to happen, you can't say this, can't do that. So what happens? They're not guilty again, second time. And I mentioned a case in that video. Some of you saw it, some of you didn't, because I saw some emails. Hey, where'd that video go? I didn't get a chance to watch it. Well, I ended up deleting it out of frustration with the stupid ad thing. But, anyways, I said, hey, you remember, any of you guys remember the Liberty City 5 from Miami, Florida? These guys were ghetto as ghetto can be. It's 5 black dudes, somehow tied to Al-Qaeda. First trial, not guilty. Second trial, not even kind of guilty. And I remember the Attorney General, this case wasn't so dire and so, important, we wouldn't keep trying to prosecute. But because of the severity of the matter, we're going to go for a third time. And they kept going and going until they finally got some jury members who didn't hear about any of this stuff and somehow bought into it, found them guilty. If the first 3, 4, 5 times you don't succeed, well, just try again. And I mentioned that case specifically in that video I did, which was just a few weeks ago. If that, a couple weeks ago maybe? Telling you this is how the federal government operates. This is how they do it. Oh, not guilty? Try him again. Still not guilty. Hung trial? Try him again. So these guys, for the second time, these two Bundy guys, not Bundys, but the guys that help support them, these two guys. Second time, still no charges yet. Can't get them. Not charges, but can't prosecute. Second time in a row, not guilty, have a nice day. Oh, no. Take a guess what's about to happen. I already gave you the hint. InfoWars is covering this. 2 Bundy Ranch defendants forced to face trial. Idaho state legislators signed letter asking Jeff Sessions to back off the Bundy prosecutions. Evidence is mounting that an Obama-nominated federal judge, you know who, is determined to continue trying Bundy Ranch defendants until they are finally found guilty. U.S. District Judge Gloria Navarro has decided to force 2 Bundy Ranch defendants to undergo yet a third trial scheduled to begin on October 10th in what is amounting to a revenge prosecution, tracing back to former Democratic Majority Leader, you know who, Harry Reid. In a trial that ended August 22nd, Stephen Stewart of Idaho and Ricky Lovelian of Montana were found not guilty, while Idaho residents O. Scott Drexler and Eric J. Parker were acquitted on most charges. But a hung jury deadlocked on assault and weapons charges for these 2 defendants, voting 11-1 on 2 charges for Drexler and 4 for Parker, related to the 2014 ranch standoff. Judge Navarro, the Harry Reid handpicked candidate that President Obama nominated to the federal bench in 2009, has decided Drexler and Parker will be included among the 7 Bunkerville standoff defendants, including rancher Cliven Bundy, scheduled to stand trial on October 10th. This trial is expected to last about 2 months. On August 29th, 2017, Idaho State Representative Dorothy Moon, a Republican, wrote to Attorney General Sessions a letter signed by 1/3 of all Idaho state legislators, including 26 House members, 8 Senate members, and 5 retired lawmakers, requesting that defendants Drexler and Parker not be forced to undergo yet a third attempt to find them guilty, being pursued by the U.S. Justice Department in a case being begun under the Obama administration. A copy of the letter was also addressed to President Trump. The letter read in part as follows. We believe that the decision by the U.S. Attorney General of Nevada to prosecute these men a third time represents disrespect for the rule of law in the jury system. A third trial would show blatant disregard for tax funds collected from hardworking, law-abiding citizens who are represented by these juries, whom have found them innocent of 34 of the 40 charges and hung by the very slimmest margins to those where the jury stood deadlocked. The decisions of 10-2 to acquit in the first trial and 11-1 to acquit in the second trial highlights the narrow margin by which the prosecution hopes to continue their attack. Oh, we got 1 out of 11. Let's keep going. The letter concluded by asking Sessions to instruct federal prosecutors to set Parker and Drexler free, as well as allowing 2 other defendants to use time already served as total sentencing in the case. Cliven Bundy has been incarcerated without trial since January 2016. At the trial that ended August 22nd, U.S. District Judge, again Gloria Navarro, had refused to allow attorneys for the defendants to present arguments regarding First Amendment free speech rights or Second Amendment rights to bear arms, ruling both lines of argumentation were not valid to the criminal charges the 4 defendants faced. Even more outrageous, Jerry DeLemus of Rochester, New Hampshire, was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment after U.S. District Judge Gloria Navarro refused to allow him to change his guilty plea to not guilty. Oh, too late. Can't change it. Too late. In denying DeLemus the right to change his plea, Judge Navarro ruled DeLemus had failed to display sufficient remorse for his actions, rejecting the argument in his Sixth Amendment rights had been violated because DeLemus lacked adequate legal counsel capable of apprising him of charges of the legal charges and assisting him in pleading with full knowledge of the facts and the law. Sources close to DeLemus' family told Infowars.com that DeLemus wanted to change his plea and face trial because he came to the conclusion he would be acquitted on charges virtually identical to the charges of Loveland, Stewart, Parker, and Drexler, successfully defended to be found not guilty in jury verdict handed down August 22nd. As Roger Stone has pointed out, an underlying factor in the Bundy Ranch case is that former Democratic Party Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid wanted the Bundy Ranch land to install Chinese solar panels in a deal where the Chinese company seeking to build the solar panel plant had employed lawyer Rory Reid, the son of Senator Harry Reid, to be the primary representative for the U.S. corporation fronting the deal. Now serving out the remaining 6 years of his prison term, DeLemus was permanently moved in August to the federal prison at Fort Devens, whatever. So here we have it again. They can go after you 100 times if they want. 3 times? No, it's not enough. 4, 5, 10, they'll keep going, which means you're never going to be able to go home. You'll be put back in jail pending the next trial. Put back in jail pending the next trial until they get a guilty verdict. How in the hell, where in the hell did we ever get that particular rule or law that will allow someone to be tried over and over and over again? How is it that, what's his name, O.J. Simpson wasn't tried over and over and over again? I mean, how is that not possible? One time, oh, nope, they made huge mistakes, we could redo it. Nope, too late, gone. Not guilty. O.J. walks free. How can they not charge him 3 times? You know, the severity of the case and all. He killed this poor lady and the other person with him. How? Because that's nothing. You just screwed with the senator. We wanted your land. We want to put this little side deal we had going on with the Chinese company. And you screwed us over, and now we're going to show you just how powerful we are. That's what the federal government's trying to do. What I hope happens is if this keeps going through, the governor of that particular state where they're trying him gives him a pardon. Because the governor can do the same thing too. And if we start to see that, that will be one of the best signs in the world. Hey, people of power, not the very top, but governors and other people, senators, local state senator, are getting the picture. Federal government is completely out of line. They're out of control. We know that person should have been found guilty. Therefore, we are going to pardon him immediately. And set a precedent. Make an example. Federal government, you want to keep doing this? We'll just keep pardoning. It's within our right. Right? Take care.